right. Glad to have everybody with me today. I want to show you some really interesting findings on the Walmart career site. So, as I was out auditing sites, I thought I would find maybe some top sites to compare to. And so I figured if anybody's got their stuff together on a career site, it should be Walmart. They are the largest employer in the United States. They hire a massive number of people, employ over 2 million people worldwide. And so I started with the easiest. As you guys know, I do Google for Jobs audits, and I just search for Walmart jobs. And here's the Google for Jobs results from Walmart jobs. And what we'll see is via LinkedIn, ZipRecruiter, BB, LinkedIn, ZipRecruiter, LinkedIn, Snag a Job, all this. So Walmart, first and foremost, is not even winning on their Google for Jobs. And that by itself is pretty damning. But it ended up not even be close to the worst things that I found on their site. So if you look at the site overall, what do I like? So let's start with what I like. I love when we put the search at the top of the site. You want to be able people to get to jobs easily. And also often I see people bury their search in different places. I'm wandering around the site trying to find it. This right at the top of the site. And if I scroll down, you see this interactive site. I can flip through it. It's very pretty. This is just like a marketing person would have put together, and I'm sure they're really proud of how it looks. And roles picked for you, interesting. These are the roles picked for me. None of these I'm even remotely qualified for. And grow your career, all of this, look how dynamic it is and interactive. It is really pretty. But pretty and effective are not the same thing. So obviously Google for Jobs is a big piece, but even just here, search by team, department, or keyword. So I just come in and I'm going to start with retail jobs near me. Simple enough. What are retail jobs, which they have, that are near me, which I'm in the Nashville metro? So it shouldn't be very difficult for them to find things. Now, first, I apologize for how painfully slow it is to do a search. And it's obviously doing a thorough job. It's trying to find the perfect job because I asked retail jobs near me. So it's working hard. And oh, look what I got 2,709 open roles. Senior manager operations improvement, facilities, that's a whole bunch. Emerging store manager, all these, Georgia, Arkansas, Washington. There's no near me. It has no recognition of where I am unless I come in and add my location. Now, let's just talk about adding locations. Auto-filling a form with your geolocation information is super easy. This is baseline stuff. In order for me to access this website, for it to send me the data, my computer has to tell it what my IP address is. So it knows where I'm at. So they could have easily pre-populated this location for me, but they didn't. Instead, they're just giving me random jobs that are likely not qualified for me, but it gets better. So we're going to go back to this search because when you clicked on it, you also see we have some other things in here, drag and drop resume. So I'm going to start with, this is a resume from a retail worker who also has food service experience. I'm going to drop it right in here and I'm going to let it do its magic. Upload resume. Now again, I apologize for how slow this site is. The technical build of this site is clearly poor. And it's still pulling up, and it's pulling up. And we're going to see, it will get here. So it parsed the resume. Now it's trying to do an intelligent match. And mind you, this is somebody with a high school diploma, no further experience, or excuse me, education. And they've never done anything beyond retail or basic food service. So this is somebody who's worked at McDonald's and Sonic, etc. And what do we get? And they live in Middle Tennessee, by the way. So we get a senior manager operations improvement in Joliet. I'm sure they would love that $116,000 a year job. All these senior management operational improvement, why they get to there? If this candidate's capable of improving the operations of Walmart, Walmart's got bigger problems. So these are not location relevant, nor are they even work experience relevant. So I'm going to go back again. I'm going to back up. I'm taking the same resume. We're going to see. I got to click here again. I'm going to take the same resume and I'm going to see if we get the same result. Now, I've tried this many times. I've given the benefit of the doubt as many times as I could. And what I end up getting sometimes seems purely random. But let's see, it's thinking harder this time. It might actually work. And I apologize again. Speed is not there. You might want to watch this on 2x. So we got the same 2,709 open roles that are not relevant. Well, let's just try a different resume. Now I'm going to give you a resume from a senior finance leader. This is somebody who is high level, like a controller, director of finance or higher, MBA, great experience. And we're going to drop them in here. And they're in the Midwest. So they're not here in Tennessee. And we wait for the painfully slow. And do we get to a match? Oop, no. Request failed with status quo 521. That means the server failed to respond. Well, that's unfortunate that the server failed to respond. Let's reload this thing up and let's try it again. Maybe it's going to work this time. And please stay with me in this video. It gets worse. So this is, if you feel bad about your technology that you have at your company and you're frustrated that maybe your company hasn't addressed your concerns about you have your tech, this is one of these therapeutic moments for you. And we're waiting for the slow match that it's attempting to do for this senior finance person. And it failed again. And I'm just, didn't actually reload a resume. I'm just trying I've tried it with reloading and it doesn't matter. So I'm going to try again. This time I'm going to use a Word. Those were PDFs. This is a Word document. So although it says PDFs and Word are fine, it still seems to be struggling with this. So imagine you're the candidate out here dealing with this candidate experience. This is less than good. So this is another senior finance person, and it's rolling. Again, I apologize for how slow this is, but it's what we have to work with. And another server failed. Now I've been doing this all weekend, by the way, and I've had this happen numerous times. I'm going to try a different candidate resume. This is actually a new college grad. It's got some good basic experience, got a business degree, and this is with a Word doc again. And this new college grad does live here in Middle Tennessee. So their local job here would be nice. And we've gotten past that, so we didn't get the 521 error. Now, I'll add to you, I did a lot of searching and investigating, trying to find out what technology this is built on. But clearly, this was not built on any particular career site vendor's technology. This appears to be a custom-built in-house site. And you can see, again, this new college grad would kill for any one of these jobs, product marketing, et cetera. But none of these are a match for this particular graduate. So now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do the add a location, right? And we're going to add 37201, which should give me a Nashville, Tennessee. And I'm going to say within 25 miles. So now maybe it's going to give something more relevant to this new college grad. But now we get 0 results. So I could go on and on with this, but it doesn't really change. Everything I put in is a mismatch. When it does get to where it's matching what seems to be the right kinds of jobs, it doesn't do it to the location. It's extremely broken. It's assuming that you're going to do a very particular happy path. So if I just come in here and I click on Walmart store jobs, now it's just taking a very broad search, and we'll see if does it keep my location in here. I can't remember if it wipes it out or not, but we start with Walmart store jobs. And now it did keep my Nashville, Tennessee, because I said it before. So it's not auto detecting it. And it's giving me specific roles that are in Nashville, Tennessee. But why would I make the assumption, and I'm going to reset this so we don't have this, and going to go back to the front page. So now that we're reset, we're back in here. So we're going to do this chat because I thought, well, maybe they can redeem themselves with their chat benefit. So I'm going to say the tell me about benefits, which may be one of the most commonly asked questions from a chat. So it takes me back to the same career search, gives me 0 open roles, but it gives me a chat window. It says you can learn more about health benefits by visiting this page. We could have had that up there. I want to know a specific. So do you offer PPO high deductible? Oh, I can't spell. That's not one of my good things. Plans, although it should have been able to pick that up without my spelling. And what we're going to see is this super intelligent answer that it comes back was, well, for detailed information, go to Walmart benefits. So all it does is keep sending me to the same place that it could already sent me to. Because if I come into Walmart benefits, this is a working at Walmart site. Best place to build a career, pathways, advancement, training. So now I need to read through all of this data to find out about their Walmart benefits. So has this chat really helped me? Is the chat really a feature? I don't think so. Do you have adoption benefits? Let's see. Will it answer it? For information about adoption benefits, I'm giving me the same thing. So it didn't tell me whether or not it has it. So do I need to take an assessment? If you're asking about taking assessment related job applications, you can find relevant opportunities in related content to help you prepare. Would you like me to search for jobs or resources about assessments at Walmart? Well, that's why I asked. Yes. And again, this is very slow. They should be pulling against what's a pretty small, tight database of information, and instead it's running this extremely slow search. Again, this is the largest employer, private employer in the United States, and this is the way their website runs. So what did I get? I said, would you like me to search for jobs or resources about assessments at Walmart? Yes. It's not intelligent at all. In fact, it's quite stupid. So this is what I found with the Walmart site. So if you think that building a site yourself is a good idea, building matching technology is super easy. The problem when companies build their own websites is these things are treated as a project. And if you can imagine, you're a tech guy at Walmart and you're building this website, you're not excited. You think about all the e-commerce and all the stuff that the technology stuff that they have to do at Walmart. Getting assigned to do the career site, you're probably not their top quality resource. You're probably not excited to do it. And the other thing is you don't technically understand how good websites are built, and nor do you care. It's just not what you do. And so they treat it as a project. Career websites are a product, not a project. Products need to be managed, ongoing. Products need to be developed against good use cases. We have to think about user experience. We have to think beyond Happy Path. There's so much that you can do here. We could test this with real users. There's all kinds of services that will do this. They will test and get feedback for you so you can better implement the site. We can heat map the site. We can see how people are using it. We can see where they're getting lost. But this clearly, nobody's tested it. I may be the first person who's ever tested the Walmart website, and yet it's this horrible. So if you're going to allow your website to allow this horrible matching process that takes forever and provides poor matches, Walmart gets tens of millions of visitors to this website every single month. And yet they spend money, significant money on advertising. So building good websites, some of the stuff here is not difficult. Geolocating where the people come from and actually dropping them to jobs that are relevant in their area, that's easy. But getting sites to actually run, this really makes me think sometimes that the creation of this website was outsourced to a junior high computer science club. And Walmart should be really disgusted by this and embarrassed by this. And we have to think beyond the cost of marketing that they're spending, that they're losing people in conversion. We got to think of all the other pieces to this. Someplace right now, there's a Walmart store that's running short-staffed. And if they're not now, they're doing it when they're running into the holidays. And this lack of site conversion is killing them. Someplace, there is an IT person applying for a job at Walmart who's come in and using this utility, and they're being horribly turned off by how bad is tech at Walmart if this is my experience to the public. This is what we need to understand is it's bigger than the marketing cost. It's bigger than the candidate conversion. It's the perception of your company and your brand. And it's also the perception of the capability of you as a company. And then we have this is an operational imperative for a retailer, is to be able to efficiently fill my jobs with the best candidates. And yet you're making conversion this painful. Thank you for watching my video.